Alright there guys, I'm back with another long play video. This time it's Roland On The Ropes. Originally this game was actually called Fred. It was released in Spain as Fred actually, but I think it was first on the Spectrum as Fred. But anyway, the Amstrad got a version and it was relabeled and rebranded Roland On The Ropes. And the Roland character appeared in a lot of early Amsoft games. I believe there was Roland in the Caves, Roland in Time, Roland on the Run, Roland Goes Digging and all sorts. But don't think Roland isn't sort of an official mascot of Amstrad or a character like Mario, because it's basically the name was just tagged on to loads of random games. I mean, Roland in the Haunted House I think was just a Pac-Man clone, and it was a totally different sprite in Roland in the Caves. I think he was a flea in that, so there wasn't really much continuity with the Roland character. Although I suppose the character in this game, there he is a little similar to the one in Roland in Time and Roland in Space, but it still looked quite different. So sort of a bit of a wasted marketing opportunity there. Amsoft were just a bit lazy and just slapped the name Roland on a few titles. Obviously I think it was named after Roland Perry, one of the designers of the Amstrad. But anyway, this is quite a famous game on the Amstrad. Certainly if you bought the Amstrad when it first came out, Roland On The Ropes was bundled in nearly every time with about another 11 other games from the Amsoft label. And you know, most of the Amsoft games are crap. And you know, this is no great game at all, but it's certainly one of the most memorable games. You know, the scrolling's jerky, you know, some horrible flicker going on there, and you know, yeah, not the greatest game in the world, as you'll see throughout the video. But it's certainly one that's stuck in the mind of everyone, especially as like a young kid. I can't remember what age I was when I got my Amstrad. I must have been, I don't know, 7 or 8 years old. But boy do I remember this game. Especially as you'll see in the later levels, there's like more horrible monsters appear. Like I think it was the skeletons. When the skeletons appeared on like level 3 or 4, that scared the shit out of me as a kid. It really did. I got really scared and had to switch it off. I'm not joking. Well, I was only 7, you know. Perhaps needed to toughen up a bit anyway. But yeah, it's a cool little game, you know. It is 1984. And as you see, you control that character Roland. He's stuck in a maze at the bottom of this tomb. And what you need to do is climb the ropes and find the exit at the top and get out. There's multiple routes. When I say multiple routes, probably about 2, maybe 3 ways of getting to the exit. And sometimes you find yourself going for miles up and down ropes, and then find you're at a dead end and have to go all the way back to the beginning and start again. Oh, there's the end there. I've escaped the first level. Now I'm going to be honest guys, on each level I've reloaded using snapshots. So I practiced where the route was first of all before doing it, just to keep the video within the 15 minutes and not bore you with me sort of like wandering aimlessly around a maze, because you know, that's not much fun to watch. But you get a gist of all the levels. I think there's 4 levels in total. And then you get a choice after completing the 4th level of tweaking the gameplay settings, like the number of monsters and stuff. Oh, level 2. If you just saw there, a mummy appeared. So as you progress, new monsters appear. So level 2 is mummies, and you can wait and see on the other levels. Encourages you to find treasures, like that chest there I just picked up, and there's a couple of treasures just above me there. But they're not necessary. They're not necessary to collect them all. You don't have to find all the treasures before escaping. You can just escape as quick as you can. It's just for extra points and stuff. Oh, I'm already at the top there. I mean, I've already mentioned a few faults. Yeah, there's like some not particularly nice scrolling and animation. It's ever so flickery at times. It's also incredibly annoying sometimes with the ghosts. You can shoot the ghosts, and they sometimes like go and flee in the other direction, but sometimes not. And it's quite difficult sometimes to do jump shots for the creatures on this level. You'll see shortly. I think it's I'll give it away. Yeah, it's vampire bats, and the way to beat them is you have to jump and shoot at the same time. But more often than not, they'll gang up on you quite quickly. But you know, it's still good fun. I mean, anyone viewing this game for the first time, you know, is certainly not going to be impressed. But I'm sure this will bring back a lot of good memories for a lot of people. Yeah, and obviously Roland there kind of like moves in chunks, rather than sort of gracefully running around the maze. Oh, I think we just saw a glimpse of a vampire bat there. There they are. Can't do anything if they're on the rope with you. Shoot the mummies. Yeah, you noticed there, I was a bit late shooting him. Controls are not always that responsive. I'm sure I was hammering the fire button down there and nothing was happening. Now, I'm not sure how many mazes there are. I know there's 4 levels, but each time I play I seem to get a different map. So I don't know if they've actually, you know, designed all these mazes specifically, and there's a set number of them, or whether they're sort of randomly generated. It'd be pretty cool if it was randomly generated. It doesn't feel like I've played the same one over and over when I've done some practicing and playing this game before. But I'm not sure the programmers are clever enough to do sort of randomly generated maps. Okay, we're very close to the end here. There it is. 2 bits of life left. Yeah, if all your energy goes and you die, then yeah, it's back to the title screen and you have to start all over. Oh, the skeletons! There they are. You know, they look. Alright, it's not very well drawn. Yeah, that looks pretty. It looks a little bit creepy. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it scared the shit out of me as a kid. I'm sure it's not going to scare anyone now. But you know, when you're sort of getting attacked by mummies and bats and skeletons and all sorts, this was getting pretty intense when I was playing. As a kid, not now though. Well, I've been thinking, and I've been trying to work out why I like this game so much. You know, as I've already said, and as you can see, it's not the greatest game in the world. And I think it's because, as a kid, you know, playing this more than any other Amsoft game, because the other Amsoft games were all pretty much clones of something else. Really, really bad Manic Miner clones, Pac-Man clones. Space Invaders and Galaxian games like Space Hawks and Galactic Plague, and it's not just. I don't think it's just nostalgia, or that plays a large part. Being it's one of the first games that I ever owned and ever played, but it did come with 12 other games or 11 other games with the pack that came with the computer, but they're all largely forgettable. Some are decent games in their own right, but rather sort of disposable games. Whereas this, I played for hours, days, weeks and months, because as a kid, you know, I kind of identified with Roland there. I believed I was Roland, and you know, and I had to escape this maze and, you know, collect all the treasures and fight off all these horrible creatures and monsters and stuff. It really drew me in, you know. I felt like Indiana Jones, and, you know, I like the fact that you've got to escape the maze. You start at the bottom of this tomb and you've got to work your way up and get out. And for me, I was Roland and I had to get out, otherwise I'd be forever trapped there with all those horrible monsters. And I had to escape. And that's what that's what games should be, a little bit of escapism. Not only fun, but just to take you away from things and, you know, take you to another place and stuff. Wow, sounds like I'm getting deep there. But we're nearing the end of the final level, and we've escaped. I think that's the first time I've done it. That's all 4 levels done. And, you know, I can rest easy now. I've finally escaped the Roland on the Ropes tomb. And here, you can set your own game parameters. So we set everything at maximum for a sort of absolutely crazy ass level. There's no way I'm going to beat this, but, you know, we'll give it a try. But yeah, I mean, that raises another point. You're starting at the bottom of this tomb when you've got to escape. I never understand these other sort of platform games where, you know, the motivation of entering a maze to get something and then escape. You know, I'm always thinking like, what's that game I was playing the other day? I think it was called like Stairway to Hell or something. And you start at the top, you start at the entrance, and off you go into this horrible sort of mine and maze. I'm like, what's my motivation to do that? Why bother? I like the fact that you kind of like stuck there at the bottom and you got to get out. Anyway, I'm labouring the point, but it's a cool game. You know, I was going to give this 8 out of 10. Whoa, that's a lot of monsters. I was going to give this game 8 out of 10. But you know, it's kind of like aged very badly. So if you're viewing this for the first time, you're not going to be impressed. But I hope you enjoyed if you've never seen this before, I hope you enjoyed getting a snapshot of, you know, what was there at the start of the Amstrad, and what was arguably probably one of the best of the bunch. And for the rest of you, you know, I hope you enjoyed the little walk down memory lane and nostalgia. So I think overall, you know, to be fair, I'm going to give this 7 out of 10. Obviously it's got a huge amount of faults and stuff. It's quite buggy in places. But, you know, I think it's still fun today. So, 7 out of 10. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. And I've got loads more videos to upload this week, so look out for them. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you enjoy them. Alright, cheers, bye.